All right. Okie dokie, okie dokie. All right. Hello, if you're there. Don't know if anybody's in here yet, but we are going to kick things off with the indices, and then we shall get into the 11 tickers that I see some setups on for this week. All right. If you have any tickers to request that you would like me to go over in this live stream, just leave them down in the chat, and I will get to them once we finish going over these setups. All right. So first things first, I am going to start off here with the indices. I am going to point out right here, you do have a long lower wick. It very well could be a higher low on this daily time frame, as long as we come up here and break the high of 445.22. If that happens, that is when we got to start looking for some upside setups. So I'm just going to let you guys know all these setups are on the upside, all right? Because I do think that is where at least I have my bias on the chart right now because of how things are set up. I am also going to point out you do have this larger head and shoulders formation. So if we do come down and break the critical level that we've been paying attention to, which is 431.19, that is when we should start looking for downside setups. As of right now, I am not going to be doing that until I start seeing until I start seeing signs of that. Now, sellers did pop up over here, came down from the zone. That was what we were paying attention to. Now, before that, my bias was that we were going to be rejecting from this 444 to 443 zone. That is what I was waiting for. Gapped above it, sold all day from there. So if we do test, just expect that we are going to get rejected because it is supply zone at this current point in time until we really get above that and then see a daily close above it. That's just their supply zone. So we have to, by default, expect rejection. That is how I will be looking at this. Just letting everyone know. All right, let's just get rid of these real quick, and then we'll go over QQQ real quick. All righty, so QQ looks pretty darn similar to SPY. I want to point out you do have this potential higher low here with a long lower wick. It does show us that buyers were in control. You have increasing volume, high increasing volume. All right, compared to all of these, this is where your high volume days were right here. Please analyze AMD, Tesla, and DKing. Yes, I can. DKing was actually on last week's watch list. Let me just point that one out. Did I play it? No, I forgot to keep an eye on this one. But yeah, look at that. Look at that thing, bad boy right there, right? It never officially triggered our entry over here, but you pretty much rallied exactly from there. So congrats if anybody took positions the Friday before there because you were coming into support. But no, I did not get any sort of entry on that. I am currently trying to trade less. I am trying to just focus on better setups. And I did get a new job. So I will have less time to look at the charts. I'm now working Verizon. So I am going through my training in a week from now. I will be starting that. So I'm very excited about that. It does mean I will not have as much time to just be, just watching charts. I will have my alerts and stuff like that. But I do want to let everyone know whenever that does become the case, we'll say in a month from now, I will literally just be working there full time. That is when all of our updates are going to be, no problem for the Sunday stream. I like doing these. But yeah, our updates, guys, they're going to be after hours. We're going to have all of the information that we need to analyze these charts every single day. So I am looking forward to that. And yeah, I think it's going to be a jolly good time. All right, a little new advancement, new step in your boy Henry's life. So I'm looking forward to this. I also, guys, I get to dress up very nice every single day for work. All right, I've never owned a blazer. I'm about to go out and buy a $250 blazer. We're gonna do that. We're gonna be wearing nice dress shoes, nice slacks, dress shirt every day, nice tie. I'm looking forward. Might even get a watch. All right, I got an Apple Watch, but not anything that looks nice. You know, I wear the Apple Watch just to see my steps every day. I try and shoot for 10,000. Today, or not today. This was on Friday. One of my dogs, Micah, she ate a hornet, and I didn't know what was wrong with her until she threw up this hornet. But now, like, her mouth is just very sensitive. I guess this is like toxic to dogs. It's not like us getting, like, I got stung by a hornet like a week ago. It hurt for like a day and then it was gone. But But yeah, she's been acting all funny, and she's Josie just wants to freaking play with her every single day, and Mike is like scared to do that. So I mean, thank you. I am very excited. I'm serious. I'm so excited to be able to just dress up nice for work every day. Like also just not have to drive, not have to. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I deal with a lot of customers that are just very much so less than ideal, and they expect like good customer service, and like I give them exactly that. Unless you're gonna just be rude and try and treat me as a human punching bag. The other day there was an old lady, and she just started throwing insults. And I was like, "What? You're gonna call me rude? How am I being rude? You're the one who just insulted me." And she was like, "I give you a $5 tip," and I was like, all right, first of all, I don't care about $5 enough to be a human punching bag. That's like exact words. And then like she just stared at me with her mouth just dropped, and I was like, what? Like, what do you expect, dude? I don't understand. Oh, so many people are just shitty to people in retail. I don't understand it. But it's whatever. I'm very, very freaking excited to have, better quality customers. Option premiums for the week. Looking for a bump up to sell those calls in a rug app. Yeah, honestly, I am looking for another advance, but I still think SPY is going to come all the way down to 431.19. All right. So yeah, all I was trying to say, guys, my dog is in pain. But one dog just wants to freaking play with this other dog, and she's scared because her sister just hurts her every time. She's like hurting right now. But Josie's been so bored. She has been so bored. Tried taking them both to the lake today, and it just turned into I had to just sit there getting one dog not to try and play with the other dog, and then it was just messed up. So, and I couldn't we were running at first, and then Josie got really excited that we were running, and I was supposed to run about 2 miles today, and she then just goes and tries tackling Micah, so I just hear a squeal behind me, and I turn around, I'm like, oh Jesus, no. And then Micah just would not come running with us, so it was a big old mess. All right, let's get into these setups. Let's get this going. 7 minutes in, let's get it going. Went over SPY, went over QQQ. I am looking for a bit of a run here, but I don't think it's going to be anything to get too excited about. Top of the line over here for me on SPY, I think we're going to come up here and test 451.55. The next level above here, above 444, you're watching for 448.11. Hey, happy weekend to you guys as well. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Let's get into the first setup, which is going to be Apple. All right, Apple, guys. Now, this is one where you do have a clear as day risk level here. I do want to point out, I don't know how this is going to turn out on Monday. The time to risk it was on Friday because you did come down here to the support. Well, you reclaim this support, so that was what I was getting at there. But here is really the setup over here on Apple, guys. I am bullish above 177.33. That is the level that we've been paying attention to for quite some time, and you are looking for a move all the way up here. All right, so a move to 180.93, which is the high from over here. You got rejection over here, so we do know it's going to be a respected level. Carvana, we can, yeah, hell yeah, all right. I've been paying attention to Carvana for quite some time. I had calls on the initial, like, when they first started squeezing, I had calls, and then I remember it was like they had one. I think it was on their ER. They gapped up like crazy. All right, yeah, it was on their ER, guys, and I had a call right here. All right, and that call would have ran to like $1,000, and you're gonna be so freaking happy. All right, but yeah, I remember over here, I literally had a 40 call, and I was so tight that I saw this big fat nasty gap up. I was like, Jesus. I fold the bag a lot, guys. I'm gonna be straight up, guys. I find amazing trades. Like it was Nvidia on let me just go over that. That pissed me off. That was Nvidia over here on Friday, guys. I actually hit it with a string because I was looking. I was like, Nvidia is probably not gonna just have a day of $10 of range, and I was spot on with that. It was right up here, all right? It's right around 470. And I open up the 465 put and the 455, no, not 450, and the 475 call. And this is the day I had in my last interview with Verizon. So I cut it because I was like, okay, I'm up $100. I only had to risk like $300. I might as well just cut it and like not get rug pulled on. I don't want both sides getting messed up. But I was so tight, I literally cut it, and then within like 20 minutes, the thing was worth like $1,000. One side was $1,000, and in the end, the put side ran to like $1,500. I sold the put side at like $340 or whatever, and I was feeling happy about it. And then I saw that, and I was like, "Holy!" The plan would have worked. That was literally the exact thing I was going for. I was just like, I don't know what side Nvidia is going to go on, but I know it's been very volatile recently since it started moving back up. You can see this every single day had quite a bit of range here. Here you had 18 bucks of range. All right, right here you had 27 bucks. Right here you've had 30 bucks. Right here you had, you know, on the low end, 19 bucks. But at the time I was seeing it, it was like, you only had $10 of range so far. I think it's very likely one of these sides is going to run massively in the money. And it did. Yeah, I am the master at just getting the bag. All right. And then right before my bag gets filled with cash, I cut the bag. I am such a master at that. All right. Please, if you could drop some specs on into in the recent run. Yeah, we could look at that. Silver. Yeah, we could look at that. SLV, right? The silver. SLV. Ooh, what is happening with silver over here? That is the listen, guys. Silver doesn't move much, so you know all these gaps are kind of crazy. What's going on over here in the silver market? All right. I remember silver had this massive squeeze going on. I remember this thing over here. Oh, it was this one. Okay, no, this was way long ago. I remember Jay Bravo was covering this thing a really long time ago. I remember this. All right, let's get back into it. I know ADHD Henry is out and about. All right. And sorry guys, I got the video out today. I was not feeling my best yesterday, and my voice was all scratchy and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I might as well just wait. I'll do the live stream and that in the same day. But yeah, we got it out today. So all good, G. All good, all good. Nike, all right. Nike calls above 99.19. Now that is a level that was respected over here on the initial big gap down right here, which you call big, you call not big, all right? It's a 3% gap down. But yeah, your high of day was 99.19, and then you have the high of the next day was also 99.19. So we do know that this bad boy right here is wanting to base, and what this effectively did right here was it put in that. Now I was in calls, but then FOMC came around, and I was like, okay, I could sell for a very, very minor profit right here. Let me just get out of that and re-enter. I didn't actually re-enter yet, but I do want to pay close attention to this. We are going to talk about that in the short term there. All right, if you break here, that does mean, hey, you're breaking through resistance. You likely move very quick up to this gap fill at 173. And I do want to, zero DTs, dude. Holy Jesus. NVIDIA zero DTs, guys. Way better than trading SPY and QQ on Fridays. I'm doing it every Friday. Remind me, I was going to tell you guys. But yeah, no, they probably are messing with everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's just, it is what it is, all right? I saw a comment how, like, oh, a rug pull is destined every day because they unwind zero DTs. But, like, why don't we see a rug pull every day then, all right? I think it really goes both ways. Yeah, but I will completely agree with you there. Zero DTs are very much so making this a crazy market, all right? But at the same time, would we have a crazy market without it, with all the things that's been going on? Probably. All right. It just kind of accelerates trends. That's how I look at zero DT. They cause like mini gamma squeezes just across the board every single day, either in the upside or downside. So it accelerates. You either get a rug pull to the downside, a rug pull to the upside, you know. But yeah, guys, Nike, the trade setup is literally you need a break of 99.19 to signify a smaller time frame trend change, and you were looking for a move up to 173, and then my next target is going to be all the way up here at 102.63. All right, but I do want to point out here, all right, you could do something like that. You could do however you really want to go about this thing, all right? I will be playing it directly off of this 99.19 level. I do want to point out, this is something that a Discord member pointed out on, I think it was Thursday he pointed this out, and we do have the RSI in the same spot where we have had a lot of freaking bottoms come in, and you've had a rather decent run. So I do like the 915 calls here, because I do think you're going to get a rather significant bounce here, if not up to just 102.63. Maybe you literally just recover back all the way up here to 105. So you could be playing the 100 calls. That's what I'll be doing. But guys, we go back all the way to 2000. This RSI bottoms down here, and you at least get some sort of bounce. I'm not saying you just like, you know, I'm not saying you get a full-on recovery like over here, all right? But I think you're going to get some sort of bounce. And, you know, that's just what I see, okay? All right, and I'm just going to show you real quick. All right, you can go all the way back here, guys. You can keep going. This RSI does not stay down here long. So that is strictly what I'm paying attention to over here, but I did add the whole short-term structure to it. And that is what I will be playing, the price action, right? Not just the RSI, but the RSI is why I'm even interested here. Nike, that was Nike. Over here to the next one is Goog, all right? Goog did back test this bull flag right here. So I do want to point out, this is something that I was paying attention to and I completely forgot about on Friday. All right. Like I said, I'm trying to just do my best to trade less because, you know, I do just overtrade my butt off. But that's just how it is. All right, guys, I got the Discord and it kind of, it's like great. All right. But it does suck because I see people leave anytime I just sit there like and try and take less trades. People leave. Like I saw it on Friday, like 3 people left, and I was like, Jesus, I'm just like trying to do my best to not overtrade this chop fest. All right, I'm waiting for the great setups. That's how it be. So I mean, that they like sucks, but it's whatever. It does, you know, force me to get a bunch of reps in. But, you know, I don't want to sit there losing money or anything. I don't want to overtrade. I just don't. All right, it's not worth it. But yeah, set up right here on Goog. You do have this hammer candlestick right here, pin bar, bullish candlestick, whatever you want to call it, did come on the back test of this broken bull flag. You broke out to the upside, came to resistance, rejected off that, came right back. Now you have increasing volume on that. So if you want, you could literally just risk this candlestick targeting up here at 134. But yeah, anywhere above this trend line, as long as you're holding it, this is a setup I like. And I'm going to be honest, we have this same thing going on over here with Amazon. You have this bullish candlestick. You got it on Meta, this massive lower wick over here. Probably come to Microsoft. You got one too. No, it's a Doji over there. And the Apple. This thing looks pretty nice as well. I personally will. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Quality over quantity. But, you know, a lot of people just don't see it that way. And it does suck. A lot of people are, I imagine, like, I'm not going to call myself an expert at this. I'm not going to say I'm super experienced at this. But I've been, like, actually trading for about 2 years now. And I could tell you, yeah, all right. The only thing that will mess me up, at least, is just sitting there over trading. All right. There's no reason to just, you know, just trying to. I mean, you could trade every day. I've been trading I've been taking smaller time frame setups on 0DTs and SPY and QQQ, specifically QQQ. And NVIDIA, I tried out like 3 of them, I think, on NVIDIA on Friday. Maybe it was 4. But I mean, yeah, I do the little ones like that. I've been doing them throughout the week when I'm just kind of sitting on my hands waiting for solid setups. But also, have you seen the indices? Have you seen the crazy indices that we've had going on? All right, I tried out longs down here. I thought that was a quality setup going on. I was like, okay, we're probably only going to come a little lower if we go. Might as well buy some date and try my shot out there. But I mean, now, do you want to long this thing right here? I don't know. All right, I'm going to be straight up. All right, I would probably start trying out longs. If I got a you know, break of here, I probably would try out longs from here to here. That is, but again, these would be done with 0DTs because I do think those moves would come quick. That is the structure that needs to be broken. On QQ, it's the same over here. You break 370.47. That's when you're looking for a move up here, right? So these are setups that I'd try out on the indices with shorter term contracts. But as far as swing trade goes, guys, I'm waiting to go heavy on the big bazooka down here, right? I think you're probably going to come down here and you're probably going to see a lot of buyers stepping down here. And, it's, you know, it's not going to be too bad of a risk level here, all right? You can kind of see right here, if you just take this out, which that is the August zone, August 2020 zone, you can kind of just do a little something like this, and then you have a clear as day risk level here, all right? You have this zone to risk, which is at 429. That is where the bottom would be, and it would be something like that. All right, you go a little like that, and like I would be going for more than this, but you could see it's a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I like that. Yeah, it's the fastest way to exactly. All right, exactly. I completely agree. Like I was up $200 on Friday. I was kind of just pissed that the NVIDIA strangle just would have paid out so well. I was like, oh, you would have made over $1,000 today. Like that would have been amazing. I'd be like, oh, biggest day in like a little while. But then I just kind of sat on my hands because I was like, okay, well, you know what? Friday is Lotto Friday, and you know, all the premiums are cheap, so everything's appealing. You're trying to search for setups, and like, who cares? It's whatever. All right, it is whatever. But also, I mean, guys, I just want the skill set. Like, I don't look at it this way. All right, any money you make in the short term here, if you don't have that skill set and that's not your focus, who cares All right, who cares? You're not going to have that money in 2 years from now. You're not going to have it in 5 years from now if you can't just sit there and focus on your skill set. Like, the money is one thing, but I don't think chasing it should be all right, back to the setups. Too much preaching from me over here. All right, AMD, that is the next setup we will be taking a look at. All right, I will very likely be taking this one on Monday. I like the setup on AMD. I've been paying attention to these levels down here. You hit both of these levels. This was actually, I think, something we discussed last week in last week's live stream. But yeah, you hit the support level over here. You also came down to our zone over here, which is where you initially started breaking out from. You had this little back test right here, break and retest, and you're off to the races. I think AMD is probably one of the sexiest setups that I see in the market today. All right. Now, I will come over here to NVIDIA, and I'm going to point out, guys, you got a pretty sick, nasty bearish candlestick going on. I would imagine you're probably going to sell from here. All right. You have this triple bearish diverge going on from this candlestick. Bearish, either way, you have a bearish diverge going on over here. You can clear as day see that. You have increasing volume to support this. Now, you did just have earnings. All right. And they pretty much just, they scraped premiums, both sides. All right. So there was that. I know if you bought at the money, you could have made money right off the bat there. But if you come to the 5-minute time frame, you can see this was a straight up sell. So if you didn't take money immediately, you lost all of your premium. It was gone. So, but yeah, back to AMD, guys. You can see what I see. I think it's pretty obvious what I'm getting at here. Not only is it a support play, but you also do have, all right, you do have this massive bull flag going on right here. All right, so like, I would really be risking right here. Let me just put that out. All right. So you can either take it here. All right. You could take it above here, which is, I like it. All right. I like it at both these levels. I don't even care. I like it at both the levels. All right. And you would be risking this support right there. All right. Now, you don't want to make your stop right on support. That would be dumb because, like, they could easily do a liquidity sweep and just, pop it down there, get a bunch of people to get out of their calls, a bunch of people to sell their shares, and then boom, they take it right back up. So you want to make it a little over there, and I get that would skew your risk reward ratio. I get it, all right, but it's still not too shabby. I am looking for a move back up here to 112. I think you're probably going to come up to the top of this flag right here, and I'm not going to say you're going to break out, but I think it's likely that you move up to the bottom or to the top of here. And if you really see this is when I really want to take it. I want to take it down here, and I would like to risk that. And there you go. There's your sexy risk-reward ratio. You can have a target of 107. That was your heavily traded level right here. You have 1 touch point. Well, you have like 4 touch points here, 3 or 4. So we'll call it 3. You have 4. You have 5. Broke down, recovered it. You're clearly just, this level it's magnet going on right here, right? But yeah, ultimately, I want 112 on this. That is AMD. All right, next setup, Tesla. All right, Tesla. I think Tesla looks real good. I'm just going to say it. I have 4 Tesla shares. I kind of wish I just bought calls. But, on the first day I did that, I would have died the next day. And I would have been like, oh, dude, why'd I touch Tesla? But regardless, all right, I do wish I put like, $1,000 into Tesla calls instead. That would be pretty cool. But I'm trying this whole share thing out. I'm really actually heavy into Riot. I'm going to be straight up on that. I do hope Riot starts popping up. You do have a bullish diverge going on over here on Riot, and Mara is actually something on the watch list. So we will cover that in a little bit. And Bitcoin, I'm going to show you guys what I am going to be watching on Bitcoin. But Tesla, guys, I think this is a short-term call set up above 240.70. All right, this was the level right here. This is where you broke, you retested twice here. And then boom, you got the third retest here, all right? So we know this is a respected level. You pop your head above there, I think shorts are going to get squoze. And then you can just literally, don't risk like just right there, but maybe just somewhere in there. And where would you be playing it to, all right? If you're just playing short-term calls, all right, here's exactly where I would be playing it to, right up here to 251, all right? Will I play it? I'm not really sure. Tesla's quite crazy, all right? And the premiums are expensive, so if I get that break on the beginning of the week, like I think it's probably going to happen, I probably won't touch it. If it waits till the end of the week, then yeah, I'm with it. All right, let's actually see. Do we have a? Nah, it's pretty sloppy. I was gonna say we have a. I mean, you kind of do, but it's. You see how far this head went down? No. I was gonna say you got an inverse head and shoulders. Regardless, all right. I like this short-term structure going on here. You have this higher low, just like we pointed out on a few others. SPY and QQ got that going on. All right, Apple's got that going on. Some others, but yeah, break this level. That is when you're breaking above your resistance. So I do assume you're probably going to get short squeezing up there. And yeah, this is exactly how I would play this bad boy right here. All right. Yeah, honestly, Tesla's looking real sexy, right? Do you see this daily candlestick? Do you see this? Guys, let me just, screw what I just said. Let's just forget about what I just said, even though what I just said, that is kind of bullish as well, all right? But look at this. Does this not look real sexy to you? Because it looks real sexy to me. All right. I wish, Tesla was worth $100 and I could play it for a lot less money and not, only play like one contract or whatever. I could grab two, but do you think I want to have like freaking? But you want good contracts, right? You don't want these piece of crap ones, right? If I'm buying a weekly, I kind of want it close to the money. Like we're talking $5 to $10 out the money. That's really all I really want to do here. And at that point, off the top of my head, isn't each contract gonna be like $300-400? I don't play Tesla too often. I was trying back here at some point. I don't remember, but yeah. Yeah, $12. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just even to like, on Friday, guys, you had this almost $10 move over here on Tesla. But I'm serious, guys. Nvidia, 0DTE days on Nvidia. That is the move. Tesla too. All right. I could have probably just done Tesla too. But did you see that $30 move on Nvidia? I think that's going to be a move until the volatility really dies down over there. I think we're going to keep having these anywhere from $20 to $30 days. That's the ranges that, I'm going to say are average over there on Nvidia. I think that is the play. Chip stocks are the two metals that China just stopped. Oh, what is that? I didn't even know about that. Isn't the massive head and shoulder too obvious? I like your strategy to open and close trades day by day. Yeah, that's how I've been really loving it, right? I'm not going to say I've been having massive gains, all right? But I've been able to, my losing days they've been like $50, right? And then my winning days, like I got 200 out of the day. On Friday, the day before, I got like 150 or something. The day before was also like 150, but like guys, when there's not quality swing setups, I at heart like I just want to be a swing trader, right? I search for these setups, and if they're not clear as day to me, I got no reason to be taking them. All right, when I'm skeptical about things, like why are you not just going to try and be in and out? There's no reason. All right. But also they've been pretty simple. All right? I mean, I haven't been calling them out in the Discord, but I've been trying to like make it pretty obvious for people. Like guys, they're just clear as day, like put setups, all right? Like QQQ, all right? You opened up here. This was a clear as day, or do you see that? All right, you see how you had like a quadruple bearish divergence going on or a triple bearish divergence on the 15-minute RSI? Well, guys, I think I literally pointed this out in the Discord. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all right? The last 9 times you sold from being in there, 8 times, discluding this right here. Had to swear off Tesla. That's what I did a while back. I sweared off Tesla, Mara, Riot. Now I'm in a bunch of Riot shares. And yeah, I mean, there's that. And then I got like 4 Tesla shares. So that's, I don't know why I did. I'm like, Tesla's not going to move too much to really make that worth it. I like Riot just because I think, and you got 2 to 3K and that could turn into like, 4 to 6K. Not too far down the line. I don't know. I think Bitcoin's going to recover. That's just my bias there. But yeah, I mean, guys, like these are the easy scalp setups. When I see these, I use the 15-minute and the 5-minute for all of these. And I wouldn't even actually call them scalps. I'm in there longer than a few minutes most of these times. But then you come down to support. All right, here was you had a bullish divergence going on right here. Triple bullish divergence actually down in support. You lost this one, break and retest. Like, these are the setups that I think things are worth it in this market. I'm not saying it's for everyone. If you can't watch the screens, then don't do them. All right. But I'd be on my walks each day. Like I've been going on 4 to 5 mile walks with my dogs each day. That takes like 1 to 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours that I'm in the woods. And I just watch these things on my phone. So I think that it's not bad for most people. Keeping it tight like you are definitely a safer way to make. Yeah, I mean, I can't say again, it's not like you have these massive wins or anything like that. Nvidia would have been the first massive win on a 0DT. It would have been great, all right, but it wasn't. It didn't turn into that. All right, back to the watch list. All right, so we just finished going over Tesla. Let's go over NIO. So this is one that's been on my radar here. I haven't really liked the setup until I started seeing this basing formation. All right, if you break above 1132, that in my mind shows that buyers are starting to take control. Why? Because this was your heavily traded level right here. All right, you got your bounce off this level, boom, gap down through it, back test. All right, so you have 1 touch point, 2, 3. Call this, gap through it. It's an important level. We'll call that 4. All right, and then boom, you just started rejecting off the zone, but you really have exactly on this level. All right, the high of day over here was 11. Yeah, 1133. So like you literally respected the crap of this level. Above 1132. I like this setup over here on the hourly time frame. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, you got this going on. So that's something I like as well. I like the fact that these are lining up. All right, but what do you got? What do you got, huh? What do you got? Well, over here, you break out from this double bottom. You got that going on right there. All right, but above here, above this zone, really, all right, that's your triple bottom neckline. So I really do like this setup, all right? I wouldn't be playing it for a whole ass swing trade like we were trying to do over here. I wouldn't be trying to do that. But I do like it in the short term. I'm just putting that one on your radar. All right. So that was that one. QQ looks like a retest of the right shoulder. Yeah, let's look at that in a little bit. All right. Let's go over to Mara. No, I want to see what you're talking about on QQ. Retest of the right. Oh, you're talking about this? Yeah, I see that. I do see that. I see that. Little slanted neckline going on over there. All right. Got that going on right there. But yeah, I mean, well, it's not a head and shoulders until you come down here and really form this right shoulder. As of right now, we just, you broke support right here, but you recovered. This should be a green candlestick, I'm pretty sure, right? What was the open was 355. Yeah, this should be a green candlestick. You never really lost your support over here, which is why I still say that's going to be an important level. 357.59. I have that on my weekly layouts. I covered that in the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the format of that video today. I thought it was a banger video. I was like, oh, Henry, your voice sounds a little weird. You're like, you were sick yesterday. I hope it's not. But then I got to the end. I was like, oh, that was a good video. Good video. I could always tell. Plus, when a lot of likes are there with not a lot of views, that's when I know it's a decent sized video or a decent, good video. Good. All right. Moving on. All right, what were we on? We were on, not Neo, we were on Mara. All right, so Mara is right here, right on support, guys. So this was a level that, where did I get this from? Oh, I thought this was a, dang, it was a horizontal line. I thought that was going to be one of these, whatever, Alt J, whatever these, horizontal ray, that's what they're called, all right? So you are right on support here, and if you really want to do it justice, you could go a little like that. You want to know the zone to be risking. That is what I would be risking. You're right here on this zone, all right? This was your rectangle that you broke out from a while ago. Yes, there's this, but all in all, this is exactly where you broke out from. Let's just look at this, all right? This was almost 2 months of consolidation before you broke out of this rectangle going on. And let me just really paint the picture of the rectangle. There you go, buddies. But yeah, you are back testing that right now, and you have a bullish divergence going on your daily RSI. I think Mara is worth a shot here, and you're risking right under here. Where would I be risking it up to? All right, you do have some fair value gaps that you could be playing off of, but like what really stands out to me is you got all the way up there 14 bucks, guys. That is a 30% move over here on Mara. Am I saying it's going to happen? No, I'm not, but I am going to point out if Bitcoin recovers. We will cover that in a little bit. Bitcoin recovers, you know what? Not in a little bit. We'll look at that right now, all right? Bitcoin, I think, is basing down here, all right? I know if you've been watching the videos, then you know over here, this is when I started calling for it, and then you got this hammer candlestick. That's when I said, I think we might have just put it in the bottom. Now, I do want to point out, you have this bullish divergence going on over here on the RSI, and I do also want to point out the daily RSI got down to 19, all right, guys? That is crazy, all right? That is at a low. It was at 1893, I think that said. Just saying, that has not happened. You see this purple line I got going on here, right? That was the last one, was right over here at Boom Bop Bing Boo Pow from the bottom of that candlestick. The next day, you recovered 16%, all right? But then you had a 20% move in like a week. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I am fully saying it's on the table. All right. I do think Bitcoin's going to recover if we start seeing some risk on behavior. Step back into the markets. That aligns with SPY number 444. That is what you want to see. And then you want to see it hold on the hourly time frame with a retest. Or the 15-minute. I watch the 15 and the hourly time frame. Those are my smaller time frames. There we are. Yeah, SPY actually has some good moves too. QQ has just been like really volatile recently. But the premiums, I was watching on SPY, all right? I was literally I was looking at the 439 call, almost at the bottom. And the thing, when I was looking at it, I was going to take another strangle because I was like, oh, no, we're probably going to get some volatility. We're probably not going to stay down here. And it was freaking like 40 cents at the time. And then the thing ran to 200, like, I think it was like 250 or something like that. I was like, Henry, that's what I was saying at the beginning of this, guys. I am the master of getting the bag and then like getting out before you actually have your bag filled. Because I had tried out that call and I had sold for like a $5 loss, and then the thing ran massively, and then like, yeah, it's whatever. But I that's why I don't like over trading, guys, because I constantly see things and I try and play them and then they'll go my way, but I'll be too pussy to be in them. So it's whatever. Bitcoin though, I'm just saying, you want to start breaking out from here, and it's probably going to happen all in one day. All right, whenever that does happen, because in reality this is only like 3% move, so you're probably going to start having a candlestick like this or candlestick like that. It's going to pop your head above there. Regardless, I do think you're probably very close to a Bitcoin short-term bottom. Now, am I saying you're going to full on recover all the way back up here into this range? No, I'm saying you likely do come back to this broken trend line. This was a very respected trend line. 1 touch point, 2, 3. All right, so you know this thing was a respected trend line. You broke down from it, and I'm at least looking for something like that. If that happens, I think Mara and Ryan are probably going to go on a ride here. But coming back over to Mara, where would I be risking this bad boy right here? I would use the zone that I just drew out. All right, you're entering, you know, if you want to enter at the lower end of the zone, then you have a really nice risk to reward ratio. But you would risk the low of this candlestick right there. All right, and you were looking for a move up there. I would say probably, you know, you might want to just take some off here at the scalp fill if you're in like, you know, weeklies or something like that. Probably would get a nice pop. It would happen pretty quick. But this is really what I would be looking for. I would be looking for a full-on recovery up there. All right, moving on to the next one, which is BA. I've been watching this one. I like this one. BA above 223.91. That is when you were looking for a move all the way up there. You would be risking the bottom of the zone right there. As you can see, you broke out from this pattern right here. You back tested this as of Friday, as of Thursday, and you bounced Friday. All right, you also back tested on the weekly time frame this massive trend line you broke out from. All right, doesn't that look pretty sexy? All right, so I like this for a swing trade, just pointing that out, and I'm looking for a move all the way back up to there. Next one, we're looking at CVS. CVS, again, with these basing formations, I like it. You break 67.75, which is the high from this candlestick. No, it's this candlestick. Yeah, the high from this one. That is when I am looking for a move back up, not only to right here, but probably all the way back up here. Now, they did lose a deal, which is why they lost a lot of revenue with this deal, which is why I'm not saying they reach all the way back up there, but I am looking for a decent sized move up here. That is a $2 move alone. I do know CVS contracts aren't the most expensive things in the world. So when you do break above here, I would be doing something like boom, boom, boom. Where is it? Right there. All right, you're risking like maybe right here. All right, and you're looking for a move up there. All right, so that is CVS. The next one is SQ. Take a look at that. And again, with these basing formations, guys, I'm serious. I like them. All right, I like that this look is across the board right now. Now, this could just be a bear flag before more downside. You started to base over here. I was paying attention to it. I was like, oh, you're probably not going to break your support over here, but you did. All right, and now we're all the way down here. SQ, if you do end up breaking up here, it's going to be your double bottom neckline going from right there to right there. This is your neckline right there. You break above $58. You don't have anything up until $61.74. So that is what I would be playing this thing for. And I probably will take a stab at this with shorter term contracts right there. All right. I do like this setup. And yeah. All right. I really do like Tesla though. That is the thing, right? Tesla, AMD, Boeing for the swing trade, and then Nike just really looking sexy over there. I would say Nike's probably my favorite. I like Nike. I think you have, you know, risk reward is on your side. All right, odds are on your side with the daily RSI being all the way down there. I think that's got to be my favorite. All right, Oxy. I'm looking for this for a swing trade. All right, recently Warren Buffett added a lot to his position over here, and I noted that in the Discord somewhere over here. And I was saying dips will be treated as buying opportunities, at least for me. So you came up here, rejected right off of resistance, all right? Did not make it too far into that zone. All right, so we know that's going to be your heavily traded zone. That is your supply zone. I do want to point out, on every single run up here, you have maintained, all right? You've done this, broken up to a new high, made a higher low, broken up to a new high, made a higher low, broken up to a new high. This is where things changed. All right. So right now we're in a short-term downtrend. So I would be playing this one probably with shorter dated contracts, but I'm also interested in a swing trade. All right. I would be interested. I'm talking 2-month contracts here, 2-month, 3-month contracts What am I playing it for? I'm playing for a move all the way back up here. We're talking $3.50. Is that going to be the most on these dated contracts? No, it's not, but I do like the setup. All right, I like that you got this pullback. I will point out, if you get the daily RSI all the way down to oversold territory, we'll say under 35, I will be looking for a, you know, I'll be loading up those dated calls. I really like this thing. All right, if it were to go down like that, let's say we lose this, we probably lose this level, but this is also where I like calls, right? At support right here, but again, short dated calls. Clear as day, risk to, not risk to reward. Risk level here, which would be 60.03, the bottom of this candlestick right here, that would be your risk level. All right, if not, you're falling all the way down here to 59.11. So if you're playing the short dated contracts, all right, you know, you're getting in and out, you're only giving yourself like 10 cents underneath. Boom, there you go. Maybe you get stopped out, maybe you don't. It's the beauty of trading, eh? Just how it be. But yeah, when you start getting down here, this one I really want to load up. If I get that opportunity, I want that swing trade, all right? We do have a triple bottom going on down here. So if you do get all the way down there, you know, very likely it's just going to get eaten up. But I doubt it would get up there. What I do want to point out is you broke this trend line. So we could get a decent decline here. Right here, you got a break and retest of this trend line. So I was paying attention to that. And that's why, like, if we do go lower, I want to load up on some dated calls that are not going to get hit drastically if we really do take a dive down here. I will just, you know, keep loading a little as we go. All right, that's my plan over here on Oxy. All right, now let's go over these ticker requests. On CVS, how is RAD going to affect this? Is RAD that thing that they, I think it was like with Amazon or something. Let's see if it actually says it right here. Let's go over to CVS, go over the news tab. Where's the news tab? Is this the, nope, that's not the news tab. Could have swore there is a news tab over there, right? Am I bugging? Maybe I am bugging. I don't know. I could have swore there. One of these not a news tab. I guess not, guys. I could have swore one of these over here was a news tab on TradingView. I guess it is not. I don't know how to see these anymore. Getting too old, guys. I'm getting too old. I'm kidding. Rad BK11. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I know I saw a headline that someone stopped like using them, and so they're gonna, you know, take a big hit on the revenue or something like that. And that is why this big fat nasty almost 10% gap down occurred. Well, it was down 10% at some point. But yeah, I mean that's not good for them. All right, you were bull flagging, broke down, clear as day. You just broke down from that. All right, and now you do have this basing formation. That's the only thing I really would be trying to play over here on CVS. That's it. All right, let's go over these ticker requests. All right, NQ. We will start off with that one from Wisdom Lover. All right, I am going to point out you're still just like over on ES. I would really be paying attention to ES right now if you trade futures. The price action is so much more clean. Just because, like here, you see how you're just dancing around this level. All right, well, let me show you ES. You're dancing right on this level. So clear as day, that is your risk level going on over here. The price action is just much more clean in my personal opinion. But as far as NQ goes, all right, I do want to point out, you get this heavy volume. So we know a lot of participation is taking place around this level. Above here, all right? I would really just be focusing on a QQ. If you are going to do that, just because, you know, levels, at least right now, are a lot more clean to me on QQQ. Like over here, you had support, broke down under. You were holding on to it over here, all right? But you broke down underneath it, back tested here, came back above to get that little fake out. But you come over here to QQQ, things are like a bit more clear, all right? You have this heavily traded zone that you could, you know, be playing calls above here, probably up to here at 370.47. That is a $5 range right there. That's probably what I will do if I play 0 DTs on Monday and Tuesday. That is, you know, I've been playing QQ. It's been way more volatile. Look at SPY, all right? SPY, I will say, all right, there's a lot of range right there. But QQQ, how much was the range over here? All right, boom, bop, bing, boo, pal, almost 12 bucks. All right, so that was NQ. Not much to really point out here that I didn't go over in the video and at the beginning of this live stream on NQ. But yeah, we did AMD, we did Tesla, DKing. All right, let's go over DKing for Enderto. Let's do it. All right, I think this thing's looking bullish. You did have increasing volume, so I do think buyers likely do get their way. All right, I think you go higher than this candlestick right here. But resistance to be watching out for is 29. Is that the high of this? Yeah, 29.48. Above there, that's when you probably come straight up to fill this gap right here at 31.56. So that is what I'm not going to be watching because I'm not going to be playing it. But that is what, if you are playing it, then it is what you should be paying attention to. Sound like we think it's exactly the same. We have the same war scars and PTSD in mind. You're funny, man. So much PT. I think that's like all as you advance as a trader. I think PTSD is literally just like those are all your lessons. That's just how it is. All right, you just have all of these. So like it's yeah, I agree. That is really what you're paying attention to. There is what is that, $2, just about $2 of range here. All right, if you want to play your weekly contracts, that is you likely do see a swift move going through there. Your RSI would probably tick back up towards overbought, and you could just start going sideways again. All right, but you come down to here, just know you're looking at a double bottom. Even if it turns into an ugly double bottom and you make a slightly lower low and you do something like that, all right, that's when I'll actually set alert right now. That is when I'll be completely interested in D King. All right, so let me just go a little like that. Add alert, all right. I'll be playing the double bottom, and if that does become the case, let's say we do start the week off with a sell, that is when we go like that. Oh, what do we have right here? Neckline. There you go. Probably go up, find resistance here, come back test the neckline, and then we get something like that. All right, so I'll be paying attention to that. Not up here. I'm not really interested in it, but like I said, I'll be doing 0 DTs on those. All right, the indices. These other ones, they will be juiced premiums until the end of the week. And on Friday, now I know I'm focusing on NVIDIA, guys. NVIDIA, I'm serious. It was honestly a blast trading in the morning. It was. All right. All right. DXY 10-year VIX plus Monday morning option premiums for the week. Looking for a bump up to sell those calls in rug after. All right. So let's start with DXY. All righty. It's for you, Hatter. DXY, you currently are above this strong resistance, right? You broke above it. You didn't get any retest, doesn't look like. Yeah, you didn't get any retest yet, so keep an eye out for a retest. You do get that. That could be like, a bump up in the indices, and then you could start a sell. It could be something like that. Yeah, I'm just going to point out, all right, as long as it's above here, you can clearly see this where your double top was. You sold underneath this neckline. You had a pretty wicked sell going on here, but this is actually, not only do you have that, you also do have a pattern going on. You have a broadening bottom going on. We pointed that out a while back. I stopped paying attention to it, but as you see, it is on the chart. I don't remember when we pointed that out, probably like a week or two ago. But yeah, you came up, found resistance, broke out. So like, hey guys, I'm just pointing out, you had consolidation going into this, and then you broke out. You're probably not going to stop here. That's what I'm getting at. It's probably going to go something like this. And you're going to come up, and let's just put on another key resistance that we could be paying attention to, which is going to be, I'm going to combine all these wicks right here. Somewhere around this 104.50 level, all right? Let's just make this 104.50. There you go. Perfect. All right, 104.500, as you see. I don't know why it's got to do that. But that is actually almost where you've rejected off there. And if you get above there, guys, you are looking at a move all the way up here. And let's do that with a zone here. Boom, bop, bing, boop, pow, right there. All right, so that really is what you're paying attention to. These are the levels that I would be watching on DXY. Now, I doubt any of us really trade DXY. All right, if there are any Forex traders out there, let me know, guys. I've thought about it. I just know it's going to be much slower, and yeah, it would be much slower. I really do like options. I'm going to be straight up. All right, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you just lose money on options, but I'm going to be straight up, guys. I see so many people that have made their fortunes off of options, and they're like 5 to 10 years into their journey, and they're just able to extract money from the market on a lot of money from the market. And if I could, that's my goal. All right, I literally just want to. Not thinking of right now, like I said earlier this live stream, guys, don't focus on the money right now, because in reality, unless you're going to get the money right now and take it out so you can, do stuff in your personal life, who cares? All right. Who cares? The only thing that's going to let you continuously build up your money that you're getting all excited about is focusing on that skill set. Only thing. All right. Next one. Let's look at the 10-year. All right. What is the, all right. I actually funded, TradeStage account with $500. I have not done anything with it yet. I have not. Okay, I have not. So yeah, I can't say I have traded futures yet, but I am ready. Whenever I choose to do so, I'll be ready. All right. Or not E-Trade. Did I just say E-Trade? No, it's TradeStation. All right. TradeStation is associated with TradingView. So I did it with that. I tried the Ninja Trader, I think it was called. I tried it there. I did not like it at all. I didn't like their whole platform, so I just kind of withdrew the money that I deposited there. But yeah, TradeStation, I'm set up to go there. I don't know. I have not. I'm gonna be honest. The more accounts you try and manage, for at least for me, is like I usually forget about things. So there's that. Right now, I got this. I'm doing shares in one account with Thinkorswim, and then I got my option trading account. And I'm hoping the share account just kind of grows back. It was, at one point it was a lot more. Me neither. I have my account funded. Just yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be straight up, right? Futures are kind of crazy, all right? They are. I tried paper trading them for one day, and the gain on them, all right? I thought I was trading something. I was trying to see like how much it would do in comparison to QQQ, and turns out I was playing a 0 DTE. All right, I was playing a 0 DT, and that I was just so excited. I was like, "Holy crap! It just went up 5x, and the QQs only went up like 1 to 2x or 2 to 3x." And then I found out no, I was trading something that was pretty much a 0 DT, and that's why. So I'm pretty sure it's very similar to just trading SPY and QQQ. You're just able to do it around the clock. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm ready to go whenever it comes. But like, only trade that I would have probably been confident taking, and I just like again, like I told you, I forget things, right? Yeah, I forget about things. I don't want to have to manage all these things, but I probably would have taken it off of here or off of here. And yes, like everything's been a mess recently. I'm just kind of waiting to go like heavy long over here on the indices with some time. I like started doing so over here, but I very quickly scaled out of that. Just on IWM, SPY at Apple going on, and then all of these ran massively, and they would have made your boy print a lot. But again, I told you guys at the beginning of this, I am the master of getting these bags. All right, getting the position. So I hold out my bag, and then before my bag can be filled with cash, I get out of the position. I am such a master at that. So that's that. But Apple, I really like the setup too. I'm just putting that one out there. We already went over that. All right. DXY and the 10-year. What, guys, does anybody know the 10-year? I forgot at this point. There is a ticker that covers the 10-year, but I mean, aside from that, I do know it's just this. I swear there is a ticker that just is the 10-year, and I forgot the ticker off the top of my head because I haven't watched it in a while. As far as this goes, guys, all right, I'm going to point out, you got this formation going on right here, all right, could lead to no. There's like an actual ticker, I swear. Like there is this, like this is the official 10-year ticker, but just like DXY is the dollar, there's a, I swear there's a ticker. There is like, and a lot of people watch it. I just forgot what it's called. Regardless, you got this going on right here. All right, rising wedge over here on the 10-year. All right, I know I actually got a comment today about I think this guy had it wrong. He was saying that if inflation starts taking back up, they're gonna pause again. But to pause again, they'd have to unpause. TNX, yes, TNX, that is it. All right, I knew there was a ticker. I used to pay attention to these things. Look at that, 10-year. TNX, but yeah, and I was like, no, if inflation starts taking back up, which I'm just gonna remind everyone, it already did start taking back up. That's already a thing, 100%. It started taking back up. Just know that. So yeah, but yeah, they guys, inflation ticks up. They have to use their tools, and that is when they combat it. The only reason they've been pausing is because inflation was coming to a complete standstill and just dropping heavily month after month. And now we finally just saw, what was it, PPI and CPI both start ticking back up. So like there is a reason for this to be going down. When that happened, it was probably somewhere over here, and I was like, oh, bears had their shot at it, and they didn't even take the shot. And then you saw that, and I was like, oh, I guess behind the scenes, bears did take their shot. Cool. But yeah, I mean, there is a reason we're seeing the sell-off and not just seeing it aggressively get bought up. And it's because like, hey, all right. Hey, you too. Have a great night, man. I will catch you tomorrow. I will catch you. I will catch you. Yeah, we're going to be closing this out soon. I think I'm going to go get some Cheesecake Factory. If you guys got Cheesecake Factory around you, they got the mac and cheeseburger, and I've been eating that thing too much, all right? I get that and the sweet potato fries, and they have the best honey mustard, right? So, like, I've been on a diet. I'm not, like, fat or anything like that, but I do got a little chub here. And I have been, leaning down. I was at, like, 220, and now I am at... Actually, I overate yesterday, so I popped up to 209, all right? But I was at 203.60. That is what... 203.6. That is what I woke up at yesterday morning. This morning I woke up at 209. I was like, oh Jesus, you did it again, Henry. Why'd you do it? Crazy ticker. Yeah, I got you. LQR, and we gotta watch INTU. All right, let's look at LQR, just because my man is leaving right here. So let's do that before... Holy Jesus, but bro, please don't touch this thing. Just don't do it. But I will point out, all right, a lot of volume going on here. It clearly wasn't selling volume. All right, so you see this massive sell right here. All right, you moved up on this. All right, so I'm not touching this thing. I don't advise anybody to touch this thing, but I'll show you what to be watching for. All right, you're watching for a break of over here. You want to see an hourly close above here. Where does that then bring you? All right, the next level of interest is going to be all the way up here at 136. All right, that's like a 30% move. So if you're playing this, all right, 25% move. I lied. If you're playing it though, all right, you get above here. You could see, just like I could see, you don't really have much for a while. All right, so like above here, so here, 25% move. Level by level. Play these things level by level. I swear to God. All right, you scale out. No. I'm 6'4", so it's not bad. Like I said, like I'm not really fat or anything like that, but I've had my left wrist injured for so long, and I just got an MRI done. So I'm gonna see the results on Tuesday, and they're gonna tell me if I really have something deep going on. I got I think they call it a TFC tear or something like that going on. So my forearm and the wrist, I swear, guys, just sharp pains. Like I can do things with it. They just bring the sharp pains. If I really, if I hold something up with it, like we'll say a 20 or 30 pound thing, and I'm just holding it, I will next hour, I'll just have these sharp pains. It just ruins it for the night. So I've been wearing this, what kind of brace is this? It's not like a full-on wrist brace. It's just this quick little, it's this very small little, like strictly like a wrist brace. I don't know what they call it though. There's a name to it. I bought it off, I've been buying them like every month off Amazon for so long now. But yeah, level by level, dude. All right, above here, you're playing it for 165. Above there, you're playing it for $2. Now, if you really start getting this thing going, I imagine this is a small cap, a micro cap. All right, market cap isn't even showing up here, so I am going to point out, oh, you guys can't see that. Let me just come over here. All right, I don't know why it's still not popping up. All right, you guys still can't see it, but the market cap is not showing up, which tells me this is an extremely small market cap going on here. So yeah, I'm just saying right now, if this thing does start flying, it's going to fly a lot. And all right, maybe that was selling volume. It looks like a lot of people might have bought the breakout here, all right, and then they got trapped. So that, just letting you guys know, all right, above this level right here, 109, is that the open of this? Yeah, open was 109. Above 109, that is where shorts start getting squeezed on this ticker. That would be that. I don't actually know the short interest, but that is what I'd be paying attention to. All right, let's look at Longhorn Steakhouse. Oh, that's good too. Yeah, I swear I've been eating those mac and cheeseburgers. I get them well done, and I've been eating so much. And then I asked for a bunch of honey mustard because they make it so much better than any honey mustard you could buy in the store. I got to look up the recipe for that. Just make like bulk. But yeah, let's look at, where was that one? I swear Cheesecake Factory is so goated. Yeah, guys, I've talked myself into it now. I was just gonna stick to my normal diet meals, but no. It's not too much calories. It's just like you eat that and like you could just have another small meal for the night, Henry, and then maybe popcorn. I could eat like, my maintenance is like I think it's 3,300 calories. I'm pretty active. So like, I could eat like 3,000 and still just steadily tick down. So it's not so bad. I feel bad for, if you're not tall, right? That means you could eat a lot less calories. So I'm grateful for that. Back pain though, that is a thing with tall. INTU. I don't know why I couldn't find that one. INTU. All right, let's look at that bad boy. That is a expensive boy. All right, are you talking shares on this thing? Are you playing options? You gotta have a lot of money to be throwing your money at options on this. I'll tell you that much. They got to be so expensive. I'm talking like 2 to 3,000 for an in the money contract here. It looks like. All right, that's a lot of money. But yeah, breakout, clear as day breakout going on right here. If you really wanted to put a zone to it, I would do it right here. All right, you could clearly see that's where the seller started stepping in. So I mean, you could have the high right there. The high would be all the way over here at 514.14. All right, wrist splint. Yeah, so it's something like that. No, there is like another name, I swear. If I look it up on Amazon, it's in the listing. But they told me like a while ago at the I think it's orthopedics. Is that, yeah, or no, I don't know. But yeah, the doctor told me to get this like about a year ago, and I've just been wearing it, and I just anytime it stops like sticking and stuff like that, the Velcro. So like literally every let's say 2 to 3 weeks, I just find myself ordering a new one. It's like $30, whatever, on Amazon. Then there's honey mustard and onion pretzel pieces. What's coming Friday? Okay, so that's what you planned it for. Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, I'm just pointing it out. All right, this is a big breakout, and you got nothing above here. So like, be careful on the put side until you start seeing a flush back into the zone. Once you're in this zone, if you really want to play puts on this thing, I'd be playing them down to 490. All right, you can see this was like your heavily traded level here. The rejection right there. Boom, big breakout, breaking almost retest right there. You got this double bottom going on right there. All right, you got this price dancing around here. So you know that is going to be a 5 lots. What you mean by 5 lots? All right, I am unfamiliar with that terminology. All right. I'm sure I'm going to feel stupid once to say it, but I don't know. Oh, thank you for whoever just left that heart. I appreciate you. If you guys click the heart, I see them pop up on my screen. But yeah, you really do want to see it lose this zone right here, because if it just does something like that, all right, comes back in, for all you know, this is going to be a wick that it comes into the zone with, and then it's going to shoot off. And you have like a lot of upside above here. And this RSI does seem like it can run. And let's just take a look at it. All right, so your RSI right now is at 66. Last time it was at 66, was just about right here. You saw a lot more upside here. That's $30 of upside before you saw it top out there. 1 lot, 100 shares. Okay, all right, yeah. See, that's why. All right, I knew there was something that I've heard before, but something similar happened to my wrist when I was going too hard gutting and renovating my house. Incredibly sharp pain in my wrist and hand. When, yeah, that's like, I don't know if you still have it going on. Let me know if you do, because if you don't, I need to know what you did. Because this is my second round of PT to qualify for surgery, which I think that's gonna cost like the copay is gonna be a couple grand on that. So that's gonna suck butts. Might have to, maybe take some money out of my account. I'm not sure. That's gonna suck butts though. NVIDIA, if I held my NVIDIA, that would have been a little towards that. No, I don't care about NVIDIA. But yeah, I mean, to qualify for the surgery, I need something to pop up on the MRI, or I have to go through 3 months minimum of whatever. While working, it helped, and eventually the pain just went away. Dude, I wish, dude. I've been wearing this for so long, and it will not go away. It literally will not. It hurts with it, but without it, I could be doing absolutely nothing. And without it, it just starts creeping up on me. And then it's just all of a sudden, like, I'm talking 7 out of 10 on a pain scale. And like, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here doing nothing. You're hurting right now? I'm like getting pissed at my wrist. All right, let's see if we got any more pickers to look over here. Upstart's one that I almost put on the watch list, but I could see no buyers are stepping in here. But I do like this. It does have a clear as day risk level right here, the bottom of this candlestick, which would be 28.99. All right, you would be looking at something like literally just going along in that zone. All right, putting your stop slightly underneath it, and you're looking for a break above here. But what I do want to point out is that could be a call play right there. You are in a downtrend though. You continuously do have these lower highs, lower lows. All right, you had this lower high, followed by lower low, lower high, lower low. So I do just want to point out, you are going against the trend here completely. Like a lot of weakness in this thing. All right, excuse me, I had the hiccups talking too fast, I guess, eh? But I will point out, you have a lot of room to run if you start seeing the shorts get squoze. I imagine this thing does have high short interest. I don't have Vortex, like I said. Not anymore, but I do imagine this thing probably has like at least 20% short interest on it, considering what we just saw. And if you do break above here, this is just another one of those bases that I was pointing out earlier, all right? Like we got one on Square, we got one on CVS, we got one on Nike, all right? If it does break above 35.71, you come over to the hourly time frame, you have nothing, all right, until you come all the way up here, this gap fill. You have gap resistance right here at 44. So this could be the play of the week, all right? If you do, I'm going to send an alert right now, all right? You see it here. You could even take a strangle from here. You're probably getting rejection, but I imagine you're probably just going to dance around here if you know you come up. But like you could take a short dated strangle here. You're probably going to see some quick action here, guys. This is 20% move, $8 move, all right? I know premiums are not juiced on the stock because of how things have gone. You saw this massive run. They were juiced to the gills up here. I remember seeing it, and I saw people posting about on Twitter. They were like, I told you. Yeah, you told us back here, and then it died. All right. Regardless, all right. Juice premiums, not juice premiums over here. Basing formation. What you do want to see is you want to start ticking up above 33 here. All right. Let's just put a horizontal, ray there. And then, yeah, you tick up above there, guys. You got this resistance, but like it's probably not. I guess you can actually keep this as a zone. All right. You want to get above the zone. All right, so don't even look at it level to level up here. You get above here, probably testing here, and once you're above this resistance right here, you can see this where sellers stepped in for 2 big pushes right there. But once you do get above there, I imagine you're probably going to do something like this. Probably would be something like that, all right? And I think that is where a short squeeze could get going there. All right, yeah, this sounds more intense. Mine only hurt when lifting something heavy. Yeah, honestly, like I really do hate it. I got this in the gym. I used to hit forearms every single day. And I would do, you guys know, if you guys go to the gym, you know what I'm talking about, all right? On the cables, you put the rope attachment on, you got hammer curls, eh? All right, well, what your boy Henry would do is 3 sets of those hammer curls, except I would hold the top of the rope. I would hold the little ball things at the top, and I was trying to strengthen strictly like my hands. I don't know why. This was like over a year ago. I was like, you know what? Strong hands equals man. So I wanted the strongest hands that I knew anybody could have. You know, I wanted the strongest hands. And I was taking up in weight, and like a lot of weight. And one day I went for, I think it was 50 on there, which is times 2. So I think that's 100 pounds on that machine. And then I did that, and I was holding it, and I had to get to 25 reps to move up to the next weight. And I was pissed because I'd been on that weight for like, it had been like 3 or 4 weeks now. And I was like, I need to move up. I need to do it. But I had been doing this wrist training, hand training, forearm training, whatever you want to call it. I had been doing it for like months at that point. And then I pushed it too far that day. Next day, it was never the same. Never the same. I don't know when this thing is going to get done. No idea. Hopefully we qualify for, I mean, either way, you get to the end of PT, 3 months. I got 1 more month to go. I qualify for the surgery regardless, and that'll be that. All right. And then if there's nothing on the MRI, they do exploratory surgery, they told me, where they are strictly going in and they don't find anything. They're just going to stitch the crap out of all of these muscles in there and the wrist, and they're going to make it so I have a super wrist, and that'll be that. BCHD. All right. Guys, if I missed any tickers, I don't think I missed any, but let me know. I'm scanning. If you guys got any, last call for tickers. All right. Oh, I see we didn't go over VIX. We could take a look at VIX. BCHG. All right. Oh, another one that's basing down here, guys. I really like the structure going on. All right. I'm just saying. It makes it so simple to play when you see things like this. All right, guys. You got this neckline up here at 160. All right, that's BAC. All right, good stuff. Banks. Let me look at some banks. All right, you're looking for a move like this. All right, you could play the breakout and start your position there. This is exactly how I would do it if I was to play it. All right, and then I would add like maybe 1/3 here. You get the retest. You add 2/3, and then you use this zone as your risk level right here. All right, and then you could pretty much do something like that, because as long as you hold that, then you know you're just holding the it's a break and retest. But if you don't hold that, that is when you know that was your false breakout and you got to come back down. Hey, you too, man. Have a good weekend. I was very glad to have you guys here, very much so. All right, all the best with your wrist. Thank you, man. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I'm hoping for the best. All right. But that's what I'd really be playing for. You got to double pot them, wait for the breakout of the neckline here, and then you know you're off the races. As you see, that hasn't happened the whole time. What happened up here? All right, guess what? You had the same double bottom going on, except a smaller version of it, and you could not break your neckline. And then boom, you actually double topped and fell down. So that's how you know this time would be different. It hasn't, the structure hasn't popped up yet. And now that it has, if you break out, definitely hasn't happened yet. So that's what I would be paying attention to over there. Let's look at BAC, and then we'll look at VIX. All right, BAC. Holy Jesus, this thing has just been falling off a cliff here, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't think anything's going on like was going on over there, all right? So I do have to point out RSI is getting oversold. All right, you're at 33 on the RSI. I have to imagine you're probably not going to go much lower. Your support is right there. You actually bounced straight off the support. Look at that. The next support underneath there is 2760. But I'm just going to point out, all right, if you are, wanting to go long on banks, now is when I would start scaling into that position. Now, your weekly RSI, you have seen it get all the way down there. So that is also something you could be paying attention to. You do have sell volume picking up down here, all right? Well, on the week, actually, it's lower. But, it's decent. Not as much as its buy volume, though. So I'll actually point that out as well, all right? So that's a good sign, all right? It's not like this. You don't have widespread panic in the banking sector. That's what you want to see. Now, if you do, all right, if you do get that panic selling, all right, that's when, you probably get something like that and you can fall decent lower. All bets are off. I'm just going to put that out. So if you are playing options, I would personally have a stop loss in place. That is how I'd go about things. But right here, honestly, is a pretty sexy spot to be taking risk on with these banks, just because you could do something like that. And then you could go like that. There is what you can risk right here. All right, you're risking underneath there, and from there you could fall another 50 cents. If you're playing contracts, BAC, the contracts are not expensive. It's like F. All right, so like F contracts, by the way, this is one that you could keep on your radar. You're getting buyers stepping up here. So this is another one of those basing formations I'm seeing going on. All right, you're kind of just dancing around here. You stop, you halted the downside here. All right, you're watching above 12 bucks. You really want to be waiting for a move above 12 bucks, and that's when you could be playing for a move up to 1278 up there. That was your previous level from all the way back over here. All right, but come back over to BAC. We'll actually look at the XLF as well here, and then we could look at Wells Fargo. This is where I'd be risking it. Honestly, I would be risking it right here, all right? And you could see this is where buyers were trying to hold the line up here, so that would be a level that I'd be paying attention to. You actually do have a gap here, the low of 30.75. So that is actually what we will make this level right here, and we will just make it the gap. That is what I would really be paying attention to. If you do see a rebound in banks, you're probably seeing a move up to 30.75. There you go. Let's look at XLF though and see how the overall sector is doing over here. All right, I do want to point out you have clear as day trend line going on here. If you really want to connect all of these touch points, boom, you have a trend line going on right now. You're at play right here. All right, guess what? You couldn't break underneath it. You recovered it by the end of the day over here. So you really can be using this as your major trend line. And if you do break that, that is when you can use this. All right, and we can see it fall a little further. All right, but you do have increasing volume there. The RSI is, it got oversold there. So again, just like BAC. All right, you're looking to come back up here to actually this gap fill, which is the 34.69. Oh, we got it on first try right there. Henry, baby, happy Sunday. Hey, happy Sunday, bro. Happy Sunday. Oh, Data Dog. Is that? No, that's Dollar General. All right, I was watching Data Dog. What is Data Dog? Is that? Yeah, watching this the other day. You had a big fat nasty gap down. All right, but Dollar General. All right, I've actually been watching this thing since you put it on my radar all the way back over here. I think it was over here. I think you were the one who left the comment. I've been watching that. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you right now, you got sell volume is picking up here. It's not like this. You don't have the widespread panic going on. But I do want to point out, all right, things are not looking too hot. Why are you coming back to revisit the March 2022 low? Or not 2022, 20. March 20 low, right? Underneath this level right here, that is when you have a lot of room to the downside here. So I would be paying attention to that. All right, you do have earnings coming up. So earnings is what caused this gap down over here. It could either gap you down all the way to the COVID low, or it could gap you up and you could start coming all the way back up here to 200 bucks. All right, but like to really, for me to get bullish on this thing, all right, you want to break above this resistance. All right, and if you do bottom down here, what does this resistance become? It becomes your neckline. All right, and then you have this double bottom neckline. You break above that, then you're looking for something like that. You're looking for this gap fill, which is going to be all the way up at 256. So let's put that on the chart right there. All right, let's go make it green. All right, coordinates 205.6. Boom, bop, bing, boom, pow. All right, but I'm just letting you know. I'm sure you do know this. I'm sure you do if you're doing it, because when I do it, I fully acknowledge that's what I'm doing, like I was doing on Apple. And then Apple was that. You're bottom fishing until you're not. Until you have some sign of strength going on here, which in my opinion, the sign of strength, you could do a candlestick, all right, like a hammer candlestick forming here off the support, like you had over here. That would be a sign of strength. Sign of strength for me, clear as day, would be a break of this neckline. You do that, I know you'd be missing out on $20 of upside there. That's $2,000 in your contracts if you were playing them. I know, all right, but that would be the safe move in my personal opinion, because until you see that sign of strength, you are bottom fishing. And if you're doing it with shares or for very long dated contracts that aren't going to get demolished on a move slightly lower or decently lower, then I really would be waiting for that. And that is when you can play like a month or two out and probably catch this move right here, because once it starts moving, it's probably going to move pretty quick. You see, it's been doing a whole lot of nothing for a while. So if it starts moving and grooving, it'll be something like this. All right, like this. These uptrends, they come quick, it looks like. But when they're consolidating, it kind of just slowly dies. So you got to see it stop slowly dying. All right, last thing we're going to go over is VIX. All right, because someone requested at the very beginning of this, right? VIX. I'm going to point out what I pointed out in the weekly update, literally, hours ago. Right here, guys. You have the RSI. If it ticks back up, all right, I am 110% sure. We're very likely, very, unless we crash, I'm 110% sure we are very close to the top of the VIX, just like we were on this day. It was this day right here, right? Next day, you saw this reversal candlestick. Well, guess what? Right here's the same. You had this hammer candlestick. Well, guess what? 2 days later, you had a reversal candlestick, and you could not break this resistance. Broke out from the resistance. You're back under it. You back tested it. You rejected off it. People say you can't do TA on VIX. I will debate you on that, because I do TA and VIX and it works quite well. Why do you think I knew a counter trend was very likely around the corner here? Let's just come on over to SPY. Where does this date align with? All right. Right here was the date I started ringing my bell. The 17th. All right. Oh, what happened here? You went 1 day lower, guys. All right. Why do you think I was so confident? When I see factors align, I'm like, guys, I don't know what's going to happen. I swear I don't know what's going to happen, but I know what has happened in the past, and when these things happen, this is likely. This was just another one of those times, all right? You come over here to VIX. What was this day right here? The 4th, all right? Where does that align with SPY, all right? The 4th was all the way up here. You saw a bounce, all right? I'm not going to say that, VIX moved down with SPY here, so that was an anomaly. There was that, all right? Regardless, guys, if VIX ends up ticking back up and we see this RSI back up here, I'm going to be saying the same exact thing. All right. I don't care if it's going to come up and make another higher high. You come up here. If it's up here, this RSI is all the way up here. I'm going to be saying, hey, we're likely seeing a short-term bottom get put in on the indices. It's likely what is right around the corner within a few trading sessions. That is how it's gone for, I pointed out in my video, all right, guys, there was like 18 occurrences here. Only 2 of those occurrences you stayed above here for like a week. All right. And one of those you stayed up for a few weeks, which was the COVID crash. One of those was the interest rate panic over here at the beginning of 2022, end of 2021, when we saw a major top get put in. But unless that, panic is setting in, market participants really are crapping their pants. We're not going to see it. All right, guys. So I am going to conclude everybody with that. I'm just going to point out my favorite setup, what I think has the most odds this week. All right. If you see a break above 99.19, I like Nike up to these gap fills. I think the odds are definitely in your favor here. Like I pointed out, going all the way back to 2000. All right. All the way back to the year of 2000. Keep going back, Henry. Keep going back. There you go. There we go, guys. All right. Come all the way back. You bounced off at this level, all right? You have to come literally back to 2000 to see a spot where you stayed down there for a few training sessions. Other than that, I'm not going to go through each individual time here, but I'm looking for like, a $5 move back up. I'm just going to say right there. That is what I think we are very likely going to get very soon here, all right? And where would that be bringing you? Above 99.19, all right? That would be bringing you right up here to 105-ish. All right, there's that. Yeah, right? Dude, Nike's looking solid, man. I'm serious. Nike is not a bad play. All right, that is the only You know, I was in a long on it. All right, I cut that on I think it was Friday. Yeah, literally right before FOMC, because I was like, oh, I'm break even again. Let me just actually get out and reassess after FOMC. So I am waiting for a break above there. That's my favorite setup going into this week. That being said, guys, thank you very much for being here with me on this fine Sunday evening. All right, I hope everybody had a great week, and I hope everybody's looking forward to another week of trading. All right, guys, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.